Okay, guys. Well, found some interesting videos on me. Somebody had sent them to me. This one here is called Sneako 1.5. I think that they have a series. Papa God hates him too much. Like 2 O's, but okay, that's what it should be. But that's fine. It's from 3 days ago. I'm curious. It's from Vice Hella. It seems to be not. It doesn't seem to like me. And then there's another video, but from them. So we're gonna watch this one first. So let's see what we got here.
Hey guys, I'm mad. Okay, yeah, it's typical for a 100-sub YouTuber who's trying to grow up the ranks, climb up the ladder to be mad at something. You know what else is typical?
Same.
Papa God. Papa God is a typical guy who.
Look at this. 21.3K. This is from 3 days ago. Hold on. Let's listen. Look at Papa God now. 21.6K. Okay, we've gone up 300 followers. Incredible.
Doesn't really care about the topics that he's looking into, and
that's not true. So here's the thing. Okay, I want to talk about this. There is a phenomenon online where people pretend to care too much about the stuff they talk about. There's content that I do care about. That's usually like more advocacy driven content. You know, when I do like in different types of, social whatever. I care about that content more, right? But then there's content that I care less about, but it's maybe more enjoyable. It doesn't burn me out. It burns you out, man, when you constantly talk about really loaded topics. So there's times where we just come on and we're just chilling. We're just chilling, you know? It doesn't have to be like this crazy, but I don't come into the video with the energy of like, oh my God, guys, this is crazy. And then there's times that people ask me to watch like videos and react to them. And, it's not the most interesting thing to me, but like it's fan service. And that's okay. Because I enjoy doing that too. Some people are just like, yo, Papa God, it would be cool. Excuse me. If you could weigh in on this. And I'm like, okay. And I'll weigh in on it. And I like the fact, I may not love the topic, but I like the fact that people like hearing my perspective. And it's cool. It's not super crazy, but that's it. And that's okay. I think that the bigger issue online is people who like basically pretend that they care about everything they talk about with like the same energy. And it's like some things aren't like that crazy, but okay.
He only cares about looking at the surface level stuff to understand people. The only things that he's ever interested in is the social issues, which is a good thing. You should really care about
the only thing I'm interested in, but I do care about
those women, children, and other stuff like that, But here's the issue with that. When you only care about talking about the groups and talking about how they're related to the person, you come up with takes like this shit.
I don't know. Considering his entire identity is always somebody else, I don't think that he can say that. Like, not for nothing. People used to think Sneako was a super intelligent guy, and maybe he was. I didn't watch Sneako when he was, at his height of intellectual thought, where people thought that he was, at least. But my thing is that when he was young, he was saying things that people would consider intelligent. But I think that he was mostly just parroting other content creators that he liked.
Watch as the gun.
What does that have to do with anything related to social issues? What does that have to do with with me being focused on social issues? What I'm saying there is based on how Sneako acts now, which is very unintelligent, and he just is just a Sneako carbon copy, or excuse me, an Andrew Tate carbon copy. My take is like, yeah, I question whether he ever was intelligent or if he was just mimicking people who came off as intelligent, other content creators when he was younger. Right now, I could be wrong. People might disagree with it. They say, Papa God, I used to watch Sneako and I thought he was really intelligent. I'm like, okay, I could be wrong about that. But this has nothing to do with anything related to social issues. People at the very least agree. I think that we're at the point where we understand Sneako is not acting intelligent nowadays. And if he's not, either one, he never was, or two, he just doesn't anymore. It's just sad. You caught a low bunny? No. Papa God, I caught a little Pokemon. I caught low punny. Papa God, you know what I'm going to do to that thing. You better not. You better not do anything to that thing, okay? What is it? I don't know. Listen, they have laws that protect these things, okay? They have laws that protect these things, sir. You can't do whatever you want with this. You can't do it, okay? You can't. Leave it alone, bro. Leave it alone.
Decides to directly misunderstand who Sneako was back in the day and not even care to look back and go like, hey, this was great, this was good, this was cool,
care.
and decided to make up a reason why he shouldn't do that. And you know,
well, the reason I don't do this, I'm just not interested in looking back. If you decide that like I'm not putting in the work to look at how Sneako was back in the day, that's perfectly fine. I don't care. But I don't think it's far fetched to say that there were intelligent content creators that he might have been parroting, and it never was really his own genuine take. It was just a take that he valued from somebody else, and then he ate it up. It's the same thing with his cutie steak. I think that he just found like a provocative take from somebody that didn't align with the status quo of like, hey, this is gross, and he just ran with it. And that's it. I think that's it. But he wanted to come off as like this kind of like disagreeable intellectual person. It's like, oh wow, he has a really good point. Could be wrong, but it's really not a big deal. Nobody actually cares.
The reason is because he was just parroting.
There are laws against Pokemon. If there's laws against killing dogs, in our universe, there has to be laws against Pokemon. That doesn't make any sense. What you're saying is illogical.
Other people when do that, and the reason is because he was just parroting other people. Yeah. If anybody looked back even a little bit, they could tell that Sneako really, really cared about the things that he said back then, and he would spend time writing scripts for all this stuff.
Okay. Oh, he only wrote scripts because he was parroting other creators, and he wanted to emulate them.
Maybe.
Okay, if he does that, but he decides to put in the work and the effort to understand what he's talking about, well, who cares if he's parroting people? What matters isn't if you're parroting people, it matters if you parry people and you don't care about what you're parroting, okay? Sneako doesn't care about this red pill shit, seemingly. I don't know why Papa God decides to discount all the intelligence Sneako had and decides to say, hey, he never had any intelligence at all.
Yeah, because he's a fucking idiot now, and it's hard to believe that somebody can go from being an intellectual to a fucking rock. Like, so that's it. This was the clip that was from like a 40 or an hour and a half long video, so just so you know. But okay,
after we get done with this clip, I'm gonna show you some shit, because this shit's beautiful.
Oh, awesome. And because he was so young, it came off like he was saying super intelligent shit, but he was mostly just saying what like other content creators that he liked were saying, Yeah, basically. And I say that because if you look at him now, all he does is say what Andrew Tate's saying all the time.
Yeah, true.
And I think that he's always just been kind of a shell, just another person in action, but not really knowing why he's saying what he's saying.
This is the first time that Sneako has ever been in a position where he's had to follow somebody's lead to survive, okay? Sneako, back in the day, used to do whatever the fuck he wanted, okay? He saw the red pill at a time where he was depressed and he was lonely, and he decided to follow it. That's it. I don't know why Papa God decides to leave that context out. Like,
You watched a fucking YouTube short. You watched a YouTube short, my brother. What are you talking about? I don't understand. What context do you think I could put into a YouTube short, my man? Like, I don't really understand. Very interesting, but okay.
His brain was broken. Like, his brain was broken.
Yeah, his brain was broken because he got cucked by his girlfriend. He started to hate women. That's really what happened. Okay, let's be real.
And yeah, what Papa Gut should be saying, if he wants an intelligent take, is that Sneako was smart back in the day, but it's long since passed. Okay, that's the correct take. That's the smart take. He's still 22 or whatever.
He's like 24.
Shit, dude. Here's the beautiful.
A little bit of irony of him criticizing me for not doing enough research while not even knowing the guy's age. I mean, I think pretty sure he's 24. Right? Like that's the last time I checked. I'm just saying. Listen, I have no problem with disagreements, but when you come in like the way that you kind of come in about it, it's like a little grandstandy.
Beautiful shit that I want you to see.
I'm ready.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there.
The Teletubbies.
Like you want to be famous. No, I know you tell people I'm anti-social. People are fake. But you just sent me the link to your new song and said, rush that gang. You just added model to your bio, and we know you're not. Let's be honest here. It's not for spreading awareness. You're posting TikToks one time to go viral with it. But you can't admit that because we both know that being clout hungry is pathetic. Talk. It's created this weird trend where people in their 30s will publicly tweet their relationship but covering his face because of privacy. Who is it?
You're 30. You're not famous. Start a family.
I can't meet one more unbothered girl who's clearly bothered. Only people who care a lot have to show and tell how much they don't care.
Here's Sneako in one of his best videos ever.
Listen, I remember watching a Destiny clip the other day where Destiny was talking about how he respected Sneako's old content. And Destiny seemed to have shown a clip that I was like, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Now, I'm not a beta male, so I don't instantaneously think that I'm wrong on anything, because that's weird. But I took it into consideration and said, interesting. What you just showed me, I would think is almost insulting to Sneako. This seems like if this is one of the most this is like a basic take how people want to be social media famous and should stop focusing on that. Like that, it's fine, but this is like the pinnacle of fucking like intelligence. I don't understand. I feel like you could have done a better job representing your point. It's just him saying like, oh, people want to be famous, but they pretend they don't want to be. Like, yeah, for sure. You know, I feel like I'm gonna be nice to Sneako and think that like this is not one of his most profound takes. He wouldn't look at this and go like, yeah, this is what I would like say is like my best work. It's probably okay. But okay, sure.
Fame.
But don't blame Gen Z for this corniness, because people have always craved validation from strangers. We all do it so no one calls it out, but pay attention, and people desperately seek your approval in every conversation. All right, so boom, so I was with this girl, right? I was with this girl, yeah, and we had sex. Like, I had sex with her and shit.
Yeah, this is pretty, yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. It's just not profound. Like, I'm not trying to shit on the guy. Again, you said that this was like one of his best examples of like one of his greatest takes. This, like, come on, bro. There's bars on the floor. Okay.
Yeah. Is that the whole story? Yeah. Pretty much any statement someone makes in a conversation that isn't to make you laugh or cry is them compensating. No, I'm a Sag, so that's why I'm moody. You're boring and want to be unique.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the booster shot. You want to sound smart?
I got the booster shot because I want to sound smart. Oh, maybe. Okay.
Giving? I just don't like you. But I've been lying to myself about clout chasing since the Obama years. In my opinion, nothing should come out of your mouth except for facts, jokes, and my dick. I mean, come on. And still, I hear myself talking and internally cringe because I say so much bullshit trying to sound cool. Classic case of being ignored in middle school, so you start plotting your revenge main character arc in high school. I'm not weird. I'm not a nerd. They just don't understand me. Like, if Hitler's paintings were rejected today, it wouldn't have fueled the incel rage for world dominance. He would have just started a podcast. Every clout chase.
Well, yeah, also, like, Germany's doing pretty well, so he wouldn't have the additional fuel of being able to rile people up and give them an excuse for, like, why they're poor and blame it on the Jews, even though it's really the fault of, like, a pretty aggressive, agreement after World War I, but okay.
Sir was just once a forgotten nerd. If you're seeking validation, there will never be enough of it. Nobody actually cares about you. They're all busy having their own main character arc.
Maybe I didn't need him to say this.
My mommy cares about me.
Maybe I'm only listening to this because it was somebody that I liked at the time.
Okay.
But everything he said should have stuck with you if you were a Sneako fan back in the day. I can't get back.
Sure.
I can't get behind him or back to him with his current state, but I can still look at the old state and smile, knowing that this was what got me through my younger years.
God bless. I'm happy that got you through it. I just don't think that that's like his magnum opus, right? Is that okay?
Just be trying to maintain that high of first blowing up forever and ever and ever.
Sure.
And ever. And wow, that was really great when I blew up. So if you click off now, just know that the amount of views, it doesn't matter at all. Unless you're making money off it, which pretty much everyone is. In that case, it creates this weird economy where attention is literally currency, which is how you eat. Just the idea of fame is one of the most independent and sustainable careers of this generation. So, all right, so if everyone wants to be famous now, not only for ego, but because it's one of the best ways to be profitable and independent in a first world where working is cringe. Really, besides NFTs and credit card fraud, monetizing your sheep fans is one of the best ways to make money. Quick. Nobody wants to be a doctor anymore. We want to start an eco-friendly, motivational, graphic t-shirt, e-commerce, streetwear brand. Maybe
this cannot be what you're pointing to as like fucking the most, like, no shit, all this is pretty common sense.
I'm wrong, and people don't want to be famous as much as I did, as the cool kids bully, but even you, who doesn't let their self-worth lie in the heads of strangers, would sacrifice some privacy if it meant success in your passion.
Okay.
You would, though. You would. How can anyone ignore how directly transferable fame is to success in any industry today? Dr. Miami has the BBL business a booming from his milli on the ground. Salt Bay's making $2K a steak to sprinkle some salt. But pursuing fame for validation instead of money is accepting that it will ruin you. Nothing is ever the same after being seen by the public eye. Trust me. Fame is best suited for the people that don't give a fuck. We're always gonna give a fuck. We're gonna judge, we're gonna hate, admire you, stalk you, but we don't.
That's probably why Sneako shouldn't really be famous, because he cares too much about what people think. And he also seems to have a focus on being viral rather than being like successful. So also, I think that that's a really big issue with people when it comes to content creation. A lot of people focus on virality, and there's this bizarre standard on the internet of like virality. And if you're not doing as well as like your best moment, then you're not doing well somehow, even if you can create like a long-term career. And then ends up putting people in these like weird positions that almost poison their minds when it comes to shit. Because you'll see a lot of people, like there's people even today that like, you know, they're like, oh, you fell off, you did this, that. It's like, you know, I make more, I don't want to talk about how much, but I make more money than my wife that has a master's degree. Oh no, I'm gonna lose. Fuck. I make more money than my wife that has like a master's degree in social work. That's not like I'm bragging, but it's like I'm doing well. So like, who cares if I don't have, you know what I mean? I think that there's something to be said about valuing just consistency, you know? Truly speaking, from a monetary perspective, what's the difference between getting 1 million views a week on one video versus getting 1 million views a week on 5 videos? It's really nothing. You had to make more videos. But like, you know, it's like if people, it doesn't really matter. Right? But anyway, let's keep going.
Don't actually want you to respond because
I just want people to kind of get that out of their head, focusing too much on like financial success and not focusing enough on like other, or excuse me, focusing too much on view success, because views don't necessarily matter if you can't monetize them for the most part. You know, I've had a pretty stable career for the past 3 years and I'm pretty fortunate for that. So that's something that people should try to focus on too. You don't have to be viral, you know, you could just kind of chill. Yeah.
nothing is really genuine after adjusting for the public's likability. And not everybody's capable of not giving a fuck. Most of us are insecure, annoying, and boring. Me and you, we don't need to be known. We need more plumbers in this bitch, bro. What? There's no plumbers anymore? You can't plumb something? Plumb something. I swear to God, this video doesn't get...
What's funny is that nowadays Sneako talks about how like basically plumbers are cringe. You know, if you're not trying to be the best, it's just settling. And it's like, no, we need like, well, plumbers do very well too. It's a really good job to get into. Trade jobs are very important. And we have kind of a school pipeline, like school to college pipeline. And there's nothing wrong with going to college if you kind of like know what you want to do. But schools don't really advocate for trade schools, even though trades are a really good job. Trades are very good jobs that have a lot of longevity. You know, you're going to be able to make decent money without a lot of training in the school, and technology is displacing jobs and driving down wages. But when it comes to trade jobs, that's hard to do because they're intricate. They're not like, they're more complex. No two plumbing jobs are going to be the same. No two HVAC jobs are going to be the same. And so automation works really great for things like burger flipping or self-checkouts, but not so much for more intricate tasks. And these are why these are good things to get into. So if you don't know what you want to do, go for a trade, be a welder. You don't have to love your job. You just have to like it, tolerate it. Most people don't love their jobs. As long as the job like treats them well and you make decent money, which you're gonna have a higher chance in a trade because you have like a more desirable skill. You could take that and you could use it for what people actually like. It's hobbies. People actually love their hobbies. That's the whole point. You get to choose what you want to do with it. I'm fortunate that I get to do something I like more than most other people. So, you know, cope nerds. No, just kidding. But like all jokes aside, you're better off doing that. And then if you want to change your job when you get older, because you can change your job when you're 30, you'll have more money to do it because you made like $100,000 a year welding potentially, you know, working your way up. So,
Get me to a mill, I'm deleting this channel.
Parodying a person is good if you know who to parody and not. The values you extend in your day-to-day life.
So okay, parodying somebody. So what I'm saying, I'm parroting somebody is not good. It's not bad to listen to somebody and get some kind of an influence or be influenced by that person, as long as you understand the source material. My claim is that based on the way that he acts now, with his limited understanding of anything that he talks about, I think that he's parroting without understanding, and that I wouldn't be surprised if that's how he always orchestrated his content. I could be wrong, but you really got offended over that, and you showed me probably one of his worst videos he's ever made based on that, but okay.
Life is what's going to matter way more. Do you really care about who you're parodying, or do you want to be famous, or do you want to do some shit like that? Well, what you need to do is the person you parody needs to do a lot of hard work at the moment that you're parodying them. And if you decide to stop parodying them, find out why you stopped parodying them, and then take that and become your own person using it. You should always parody a person for at least a year, and then jump off that ship, and then become something new using that. Because you're not going to be a fully defined person.
What you're saying is what? You're saying that you should copy someone else's content for a year until you develop your own. What? That's weird. No, it's good to be influenced by people. Like I'm heavily influenced by like Jon Stewart. I love Jon Stewart, and I sit and I listen. And so like there's times where I'll have like takes that I hear from Jon Stewart, and I'll like say them as well. You know, like I'm pretty big on like it's the take about how like the Republican Party doesn't really stand for anything. They're mostly just like LOL, pro-Russia, anti-gay. I've got that. I've heard Destiny say it too, but I've gotten that a lot from like Jon Stewart. I respect him deeply. And I'll take what Jon Stewart has to say more seriously than probably anybody else when it comes to like politics or anything, because I love the guy. I think he's phenomenal. And I've watched a video today where he's talking about like I think like 30 to 40% of our inflation is because of corporate profits. Like part of it comes from, you know, workers making more money and more money into the atmosphere, into the economy, but a lot of it comes from corporate profits, and we don't focus on that enough and shit like that. I was like, oh, it's really interesting, you know. But I'm not parroting or whatever Jon Stewart. I respect him and I'm listening and I'm trying to understand what he has to say. I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. That's very like profound and insightful. You have to understand, like, you shouldn't try to copy somebody, which is basically what we're saying. Parroting somebody is copying them, basically. You don't want to be the person that does that. Okay, because you're not going to be unique. Now, obviously, not everybody can have nobody's going to have like super unique takes, right? But you want to have the ability to understand them, right? What you're doing is you seem to have like a pretty big focus on just being successful or financially successful or famous or whatever. It's not going to work if you're not. It's not going to work if you have to kind of be your own person, man. Like, people can read through that. You don't have to be super duper unique and do something that no one's ever done before, but you want to be somebody that's like a little different. Especially now, we're in an atmosphere where people are valuing people. Content used to be like the ages of like Shane Dawson and Trisha Paytas. Those were the eras where people were really focused on basically engaging with somebody that was like a reality TV star. Nowadays, people don't really want that. They want somebody they could sit down to and listen to and have like a normal human take and really just kind of cut through all the bullshit. They're looking for somebody safe, comfortable, intelligent, and relatable. And so you don't want to be parroting anybody.
Person like Papa Gut should be right now. And
what?
Because you're, and then jump off that ship and then become something new using that. Because you're not going to be a fully defined person like Papa Gut should be right now.
Should be. Okay.
And yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Okay. Wow. Most intelligent Sneako fan, in my opinion. Okay. Well, I love the exchange. Let's see the other videos. This one's called "This YouTuber Bought CP for a Video." I didn't even realize I did that. It's about me, and the first thing you see is top 10 hottest female Sonic characters, which was an abysmal watch. Somebody made me watch it. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Let's see what this video is about.
I'm far left, okay? And usually this doesn't matter. But about 2 weeks ago...
You're far left? Okay.
There was a video posted by the YouTuber Papa Gut.
Okay.
And this video is weird. I'm going to show it to you.
Because I just got off TikTok. And let me tell you, TikTok has a huge problem. Really more like two huge problems. Oh yeah, this is a video about how there's a normalized trend of girls just showing their bare breasts on TikTok. And there's this one woman who breastfeeds on TikTok and shows her nipples, and it's gross, and she does it to plug her OnlyFans. So it's pretty crazy. Well, probably more, because there's like 8 women that I found, so 16 huge problems.
All right. Look, okay, I watch this guy, so like I know a lot more.
Average Papa Gut hate watcher? What? Holy fuck, dude.
He's usually
I'm basically his
not
son.
funny, okay? But
I watch this guy, okay, but he's not funny. I just watch him because let me ask you a question. John, all jokes aside, how do you engage with my content? Like, are you just miserable? You just sit there like, I fucking hate this piece of shit. I hate him. Or do you like listen and then you kind of enjoy what I have to say, but like you're just coping and you don't want to enjoy what I have to say because you're angry? You want to be angry at me. Like, how do you engage with my content? It's like a hate watcher. I don't get it.
he does have good insight, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Just bear with me here, please, okay?
Okay, I'm bearing with you.
Are not covered.
I'm tigering with you. You can see where this is going, but first...
No, I couldn't have seen where this was going.
Oh, no.
And now I'm scarred for life, man. I'm scarred for life. I'm upset.
First, I want to just make something clear. I am on my second 1 week ban on TikTok.
Okay. So, motherfucker talks about this, like, TikTok ban that he had. Apparently he had, like, 300 followers, and I'm just... every time he tells this story, I'm like, who gives a fuck?
What are you talking about? I'm talking about how now I'm back on TikTok. I have like 200,000 followers. And what happens is I'll post my video, my clips. They'll do clip work and I'll post them and they'll hit and then they'll get taken down. I'll get banned for a week. And then when I appeal the video, they get put back up. And it's irritating because, and it's completely relevant because there's videos with millions of views of girls with their literal nipples sitting out. And it's not a good thing. Okay.
You know? Like, you're a YouTuber now. Why do I care about your TikTok career that's dead?
Oh my god.
You know, you're doing something else and you didn't do anything illegal. Okay. I don't want to hear the past every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't know. I just have a lot of pet peeves.
It was literally completely relevant to the content, to like what was happening in the. Oh, I fucked up so bad. It was very relevant to the video, which is why I brought it up. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. Okay.
this guy, okay? But we're getting into the horrible. Actually, no, I'm just gonna skip to the part. Fuck this.
You understand the point. TikTok is very consistent. Let me show you why. We've got two different examples here. All right, one is going to be an insane trend where women
Show their
walking
boobies.
freely with their
Boobies.
moneymakers out. This one, this is Miss Calcium Cannons 98. As you can probably...
Papaga is super stupid. Watch what Pancake Maker does, okay? Looking at this made me
Pancake
really
Maker?
realize that Papaga was kind of retarded.
Whoa! Hey.
Relax.
Stupid. Not. You know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Look, he's stupid
Okay.
because he buys the OnlyFans. Okay, so
What? I didn't buy the OnlyFans. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
If I did buy the... I would just say, hey, I bought the OnlyFans. I didn't buy the OnlyFans. I don't even have an OnlyFans anymore. What are you talking about?
like he basically shows a censored child porn throughout the entire video. And
Bro, I'm showing her TikTok that you could see her whole breasts while she breastfeeds, and it's fucking bizarre. What do you mean I didn't even buy the... Why do you think I bought the OnlyFans? What?
and it's like, yeah, actually, fuck it. I'm still gonna show you guys. I'm just gonna like
Show me
only
what?
put Papa Gut's face on screen.
Probably not see on the screen because I'm going to...
Well, yeah, I censored it myself, so I put it on the screen.
Oh, unless he found... So that with that video, what's interesting about that video is I this is so funny. So I edited it. I should put it in the description, but I did this video offline and I showed a bunch of examples of all this crazy stuff, right? And in there, I edited it and censored it, but what happened was, for some reason, I put the unedited video first, and then the second half of the video was the same video again, but edited. And so after I realized I did that, I had to take it down and then put the right one back up, and it was unfortunate because that video was doing well. Is that what he's referring to? Like, what are we talking about here? Do I have to censor this? I'm actually gonna have to do editing work. She breastfeeds. You see her whole titty.
You know,
She breastfeeds on.
She does do
the
that.
app. That's what she does. Comes on. She goes to different locations. She takes her whole boobie out and she breastfeeds. This is tons of her video. And I find them wildly inappropriate.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not a big fan of you. Look at these; they're insane. Oh my god, you see the darkness, bro. Oh my. You see the darkness of her areola. That's what I'm referring to there. That's funny. God, Jesus. Trust me, it gets worse. You get the picture. There's a lot of videos of her, millions of views. This one's 1.5 million views. Look at her whole boba out, feeding her child from her fucking milk jugs. Okay, it's insane. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of why you don't really need to do this in public alone. Frankly, you could pump, but I get it in public, right? Okay, you're in public. You gotta, your kid needs a quick snack. You pop out one of your Capri Suns. Bada bing, bada boom. I get it.
yeah, right.
Or I don't know if this works or not, but like you could probably use a thing called milk bottles. Okay,
What's called a pump, and then you would pump into a milk bottle. Okay, so I gotta explain this to this young man. Okay, so what I'm saying here is I'm talking about how it's not appropriate to be breastfeeding on TikTok. There's no reason for it. I can understand doing it in public because some people don't want a breast pump, and it's actually something that some mothers that like to breastfeed advocate for, being able to breastfeed in public. Now, I think that you should use one of those shields or whatever. So the reason I'm like, okay, I get it in real life, even though I don't think that you should. Like, I understand it though. Like, it's weird, but like I understand why you do it in real life. It's because of that. Because you're coming in with the understanding that like breastfeeding mothers want to be able to breastfeed in public if need be, and sometimes the pump can hurt in some capacity and they don't like it. That's what I'm referring to there. Yes, you could pump, right? But like I've had these conversations before, and I've made these takes for. I'm like, you just shouldn't breastfeed at all in public, and I've gotten some pushback from people that are like, hey, I'm a mother and I like to be able to breastfeed in public. It's easier. I don't really like to have to pump, whatever. And I was like, okay, I could be more sensitive to that and understand that. So in a real world setting, I could be more understanding of why you would breastfeed. But there's no reason to do that on TikTok, on social media. And on top of the fact that she links her OnlyFans there, she's like baiting. She's using breastfeeding in a sexualized way to try to get you to look at her OnlyFans. That's the issue. That's the take. Okay? It's not that deep. That's the whole take. Okay?
I think they make these specifically for children so that they could suck all the lactate out of it.
Sure.
But people be people, I guess. Fucking weird, bro.
Functional. Even if it's weird, it's functional. So I understand. But on TikTok, well, Personally, I think that she might have ulterior motives.
Don't get me wrong, I love the guy, but like, he
What?
like, don't bring up the ulterior motives if you don't. Like, my man bought child porn, okay? He either bought child porn, or he's trying to get somebody in trouble by implying they bought child porn.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This is why you shouldn't parrot somebody, and you should actually try to think a little critically. First of all, hold on.
But like,
Personally, I think that she might have ulterior motives.
don't get me wrong, I love the guy, but like, he like, don't bring up the ulterior motives.
Why? That's the whole point, is that not only is she breastfeeding on here, but she's doing it so that she can make money on her OnlyFans, and I find that action inappropriate. It's not like a super deep take. What are you talking about? And now I have to assume that you think that the OnlyFans has videos of her breastfeeding her kid while fucking herself with a dildo or something. That's against like TOS on OnlyFans. So anybody would be like, oh, she's using it to plug her OnlyFans, but she's not actually doing it on there. What she's doing is she's using the fact that TikTok won't regulate breastfeeding mothers on TikTok to show her nipples so that disgusting men will go and subscribe to it and masturbate to it. That's the take. Problem. That's it. There's nothing super. That's the whole take. That's it. There's no. I feel like that I shouldn't have to be particularly explicit. And it's fine if you didn't understand, which I don't know how you wouldn't, because I was pretty clear. The video's like a half an hour long. I'm going to put it in the description. But what the fuck are you? And then what are you talking about? It's a little bizarre, bro. It's just bizarre. Okay, it's just it's a little suspicious. Okay, it's a little silly, a little cuckoo, a little kooky, you know.
If you don't, like, my man bought child porn.
Okay.
He either bought child porn, or he's trying to get somebody in trouble by implying they bought child porn.
What are you
Either
talking
way,
about?
he's either falsely accusing someone of making child porn,
What?
or he just bought child porn. Okay, like, you're about to see the moment where he buys it. Okay?
What?
And
What?
It's fucking stupid. Okay.
What?
Now it doesn't really matter what I think because I can prove it, but there's no reason that you need to be doing that. And TikTok historically never takes these down, and I don't understand why. But let me tell you something, okay?
He's gonna tell you something. He's gonna tell you something real fucking stupid.
Okay.
You see how she has her Twitter and her Instagram here? Now you might be saying, Papa, why don't you censor that? Because you're gonna look anyway. If you're gonna look, you're gonna look.
So throughout this entire video, okay, I haven't thought of this possibility.
That's just me showing you that her intentionality of her taking the breastfeeding videos is to plug her OnlyFans. And I'm showing you that her OnlyFans is basically linked in the bio through her Instagram. There's nothing particularly deep about what I'm about to... That's all I'm doing is showing you. I'm sure he's not a troll. No, I think that this guy... Listen, if he's a big fan of Sneako, this guy's... He's a young man struggling. Okay? That's all I have to say. That's all I need to say. Okay?
He doesn't think that this is child porn.
What?
And I didn't think of that possibility throughout this entire time
not.
up until I heard that lie.
What are you talking
But
about?
you censor because you don't want people to get harassed. Obviously.
No, I censored the nipples because I think it's gross. I don't give a shit whether she is or isn't harassed, frankly. I don't advocate for harassment. But the point I'm making is that she has an OnlyFans in her bio. I don't really understand what's happening here. Guess what? If you go to her page, okay, guess what's on the page? She has an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is. Motherfucker bought the OnlyFans.
Why do
okay?
you think that?
And
I don't understand.
I should have already spelled the statue.
Again, if I did buy it, I would just say I bought it. I don't care, but I didn't buy it. Like, I don't understand why you would even think that. Like, that's what's perplexing me here, dude. Because I don't understand it. Okay.
The whatever, but motherfucker bought child porn. What the fuck?
What? There's an OnlyFans on her page. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. There's so much going on here. What do you think she's doing it for? That's me. That's me referring to her Instagram page. And how she's very clearly plugging porn there. Okay, whatever.
So,
Okay.
there are two interpretations, okay?
There's really only one.
She's using the child to show her titties in order to make horny men buy her OnlyFans.
Yes,
Or
that
two,
is
the
what it-
child is on the fucking OnlyFans.
OnlyFans would ban her if that was true, brother. I don't know. There's no that interpretation doesn't make sense. Okay.
Either way, it's bad, but the child
Okay.
porn is obviously way worse. I'm not buying the fucking
Okay.
OnlyFans. You know why? Because it has either child porn or it has titties that I don't want to see.
What are you, gay? You don't want to see titties, bro? Fucking gay, bro? What the fuck?
So, like, either way, I'm not buying it to check for myself. Papa Gut can tell you, though, because he's seen it.
Oh, I haven't.
Fucking idiot. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.
Okay. Well, that's the smartest Papa Gut hate watcher, I guess. I don't dude, listen. Here's what I'm gonna say. It's obvious that this is a young man, and I think it's cool to like, you know, I like having the you know, putting everything out there. Let's have the conversation. Let's have some fun. Let's make some content, you know, because it gives me content to make too, by the way. But I will say, I wouldn't be so confident, okay, as you're being in these videos, or rather, I wouldn't be so disrespectful, considering you don't seem to understand what it is that's happening or what I'm saying. You seem to not really interpret what I'm saying well. I think that I do a decent job of communicating, which means that you're struggling to interpret basic information, which is fine. But like, don't be disrespectful because you're gonna make yourself look a little goofy. That's it. Yeah, pretty weird. Papa buys breast milk? Nah, man, I'm gonna get my own wife's breast milk when she gets pregnant. I'm gonna drink it.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.